Okay. We discussed the 4 hour timeline, and while we're talking about the time that you have, also before we get started, if any one of you need to use the bathroom, it's to your right, down the hallway, and to your left for the ladies, and to the right for the men. There are drinks and snacks on the table. If you would need anything, a refreshment, if you need a break, please let me know at that time. Uh, that's something I had to throw in there. Okay. Prior to this mediation, you signed an agreement to mediation. I will review the agreement with you now and answer any questions you may have. This is what you agreed upon.
Okay.
Okay, with that, and then this is what you agreed upon.
Okay.
Okay, mediation is a voluntary and an informal process to use to resolve conflict between participating parties. Your attendance at this mediation does not imply any admission of guilt or wrongdoing by either party. The mediation offers all participants an opportunity to improve their communication in order to better resolve the issues at hand. The mediation begins with each party receiving an uninterrupted amount of time to explain what brought you to the table today. This should include the facts that you see them and how you feel. After each party has an opportunity to speak, we will formulate a list of interests and issues to create an agenda for the session. Using the issues, you will derive options for resolution. From the options, you will select the most appropriate resolution for the issues and then set forth a method of implementation. This mediation session will ideally end with a manually accepted or written agreement with both parties have signed. Okay, as far as a caucus, I may use a process called caucusing. This is a one-on-one private meeting designed to help the mediator clarify some concerns or questions. If you are disrespectful to one another or cuss or that's not allowed or anything, I will pull you to the side.
Well, that's good because she won't be able to talk then.
Well, I will give you also the same amount of courtesy.
I beg your pardon.
I know my wife.
Okay. Please do not assign significant amount of time. It won't be too lengthy. So if I give her 5 minutes, you give 5 minutes equally. If I see there's no way of resolution, then I will have to have you, Mary, talk to your attorney, and we will end it, and we'll figure out there's no means of resolution. The whole purpose of a mediation is to avoid the high costs at the courthouse, and we can resolve this matter civilly. The purpose of you guys being here is that we have a custody issue. You already had your legal separation. You all are proceeding into a divorce, and that is right now is the best time to resolve the issue with It's about communicating. You all seem to be agreeing with the issue at hand with the twins. I will listen to your concerns first, Mary, and then I will listen to yours. And then we will come to some agreement, hope. I'm also let you know that as a mediator, I will not be serving as your advocate, your attorney, or your judge. The mediator's sole function is to act as a neutral person who facilitates your conversation. I can assist parties in arriving at their own solutions, your own solutions, and I will not provide legal services or advice. I will not take sides during the session, and I have no power to force a decision on you or decide how this matter should be settled. If you need any legal advice, you can encourage to consult your attorney at any time during this process. Craig, I'm sorry, Mr. Jim, since you have not brought your representation, you're able to write down your concerns And then I can also address the attorney, Ms. Cynthia, regarding your concerns. We will proceed with the procedures first. We're gonna let you speak, Mom, Mary, about what your situation, your issues are regarding the twins and the custody. What I do know, have so far is the fact that you're all gonna talk about the time, each person will have, where you will meet, and how long you will have the twins, and we'll go forth from there.
Well, I think that, the time, as far as with the twins, that, Christmas is coming up, and I think they should be at home with me for Christmas. And if he wants them Christmas Eve, that's fine. And I think that, whenever he wants them on the weekend, he wants them every weekend. He can't get them every weekend. He's being greedy. He knows he's being greedy about time spent with the kids. He doesn't want to pay what he's supposed to pay. He's doing what he want to do. So if we're going to do this the right way, he's got to be cooperative and to split the time evenly. But I do want him Christmas. And, and he could have them every other weekend, like it should be, instead of every weekend. He wants to pick them up when he wants to pick them up and do what he want to do, and that ain't working like that. So we can either come to a agreement with it, or he just won't get them.
So this is basically on the holidays, and what about the rest of the year?
Well, it's still every other weekend, whatever falls what. But I want them Christmas. I want them home Christmas.
So you only want the kids mainly on the holidays?
No, this Christmas, since Christmas is just couple of weeks away, I want him home Christmas, and then every other weekend, he can get them. But he wants to drop in and get them whenever he wants to get them, and it doesn't work like that.
So now, Jim, how do you feel about that,
Mr. Jim.
Mr. Jim?
They actually call and ask me to come get them every weekend, so that's why I get them every week. They requested to be at my house for Christmas, so I think we should let them decide where they want to be for Christmas. And so every other weekend, and I would say every other holiday would probably be fair. And since they were with her for Thanksgiving, then I think I should get them for Christmas.
Well, I don't think so. I want them home for Christmas.
Well, she's not the mediator.
No, I'm not.
Well, I can't make a decision for you.
What do you think?
I believe that what she's saying is that she wants them for the Christmas, and you want them because you have a consistent cycle with them already. Is that what you're saying? You have a
And she had them Thanksgiving.
He shouldn't have been out of town. He travels all the time, so he wants to
I have
do
a job.
things. I have a job too, but he wants things on his. He wants to do things his way.
I can't
And
help it if my kids call me to come get them.
well, they're not going for
She's in
Christmas.
a rage. She's an alcoholic.
No.
She drinks all the time. She beats them.
Now you're
I
just,
guess we're not going to talk about that.
you're just exaggerating a little bit.
We're gonna probably keep this from name calling and disrespect.
See what I had to deal with? You see what I had to deal with?
I thought we were sticking the facts.
I don't want to make
She
one
is an
that he
alcoholic.
speak at this time.
Yeah, but what is he speaking about? He's throwing daggers, and this is not what we're here
Okay,
for.
we're gonna stop at this point, and we're gonna go and I'm gonna talk to you real quick, Ms.
Why
Mary.
me?
I'm gonna speak
Because
to
you're
you,
being
and then I'm
combative
gonna come
as
back
usual.
and talk to him too. Hold on one moment. Oh shoot.
Okay, we've got my attorney that's joined, and we'd like to come to a conclusion. We talked to the twins, so hopefully you will go with their wishes.
Okay. What has concurred was Mr. Jim has consulted his attorney, which he has come in a little bit later because he was running behind because of traffic. He apologized. And we, at this point, we need to come to some sort of resolution. It appears that they talked to the children with your permission, and the kids decided what the outcome would be. So I'm gonna allow Jim to explain it to you, and then see, from this point, you already talked to your attorney, and let's, see if that's gonna work out for you guys. Okay. So Jim, what did the kids decide?
Well, as my attorney explained to the kids, they wanted to spend Christmas with me because they didn't know if mommy's new boyfriend would be at the house. So he makes them very uncomfortable, and the affairs just, it makes it hard for the kids. So they want to be with me and not her. So she's just gonna have to deal with that. And it doesn't help that they have sex in front of the kids.
Now, that's a
I just
lie.
think that's
That's a lie.
I'm just
That's-
saying
I
that the
think
twins
that's a
told
lie.
me. The
that
twins
is a little
told me that.
unnecessary,
That
Mr.
is-
Jim.
that
We're not gonna
is.
be bringing out her dirty laundry.
Yeah.
We're
That's a
gonna
lie.
give her a little bit more respect.
I am giving her respect, but the fact that he killed his last wife doesn't help.
That's
either.
irrelevant to
Yeah.
this.
So that,
They just
Jack,
don't feel.
let me say on my client's behalf, if you go back into the case of Sanders versus Richardson, in these cases before, the children have always gone with the father if the father's an equal provider and the mother is an opioid addict.
whatever.
And that's what we've known, and the
That's a
police
lie.
records bear it out.
That's
We'll
a
get
lie.
them
I'm
in
gonna-
triplicate and duplicate later.
Philanderer.
I want to stop you in this proceeding at this point. This is a mediation.
This
It's
is
not
a
court
mediation,
trial.
but I'd like to know
This
where
is not a
your
trial.
credentials are if you're questioning my client. So are you gonna get this
You're-
thing underhand, or are you just gonna let this rampant drug addict run around and try to take these kids
Basically,
away?
Mr. Jim, I'm not sure.
You can talk to me. You can talk to me.
Okay, Mr. Jim and
No, he doesn't have anything to do
Mr.
with
Andre.
this. This is between.
Mr. Andre.
this-
Actually, it's
between-
Bob Chocolate. That's
Bob
my
Cho-
old.
okay.
That's my
Okay.
associate. Nice to meet you. But I mean, is your attorney going to say anything? Obviously, I'm right.
Well,
Okay, let's move on. There's no excuses to be
Well,
made here. I think
okay,
my,
I think-
my
I
man
just-
makes
I
a
just-
six-figure salary.
I just think we
You're
need to
at
go
the
to
Piggly
court.
Wiggly
Okay,
we're gonna
part-time.
move past the.
Okay.
We
We're
need
gonna
to go
stop
before
right
the
here.
judge.
We can move on.
We
Okay.
need to go before the judge
We-
because I don't agree with what they're saying.
And
because
I truly
there's no
believe
truth-
that if we
there's
go
no
before
truth
the
to it.
judge, that
There's
your
no
best
truth
bet
to it.
is going through mediation right now, because if you go before the judge, you will not see the kids again.
Oh, yes, I will.
And you will
Oh,
pay
yes,
child
I
We're
support.
gonna hold on. Wait a
Then,
minute. We're
okay.
gonna stop this mudslinging at
Mhm.
this time. And basically, what I'm seeing right now is we're not getting to an agreement.
No, we're not.
You decided, and I guess it seems like the conflict is not being resolved, that you want to go ahead and proceed with court.
Yeah, because we should have let this attorney out of it because he's coming in.
My
throwing
client has
mud.
led
He
a
is
righteous
he's
and
slinging,
pious
he's
life.
slinging mud, and there's no truth in nothing what he said.
There
And that doesn't
is
have anything
plenty
to
of
do with
truth.
what's going on
There
between him
There's
and I.
police reports.
are
There's
police
no
reports
police-
where
there's no
you
police
have laid
report.
hands on the children and
No.
on my client. He is a
I'm very
soft-spoken
laying
man
hands
who.
on you.
Oh,
Okay,
here we
hold
go. It's
We're
on
gonna-
record
yeah,
now.
we're
gonna
Now
have
it's
to stop.
on
We're
record.
gonna have to
Now
stop
it's on
and
record.
You're fired because you're not saying
Now it's
anything.
on.
We're gonna have to
record.
stop this
Yes.
mediation proceeding at this
Yes.
time because I have already noted that
Yes.
there's signs of violence.
Oh, yeah.
and,
Yes, coming from
there
this
is
side. I
signs
got
coming
Foxy
from
Brown over here. I'm wondering if she's gonna pull a switchblade out on
there's
one of us.
compensation of violence, and we have to end this session at this moment. Immediately.
Black, not Puerto Rican.
And this, I believe, Mr. Chocolate, you're out of hand.
Yeah,
and
yes,
we're
he
gonna
is.
have to.
He really is.
Okay.
We're gonna have
really
to
is.
stop this proceeding at this moment because we have to maybe reschedule at another time.
That's
We can be a little
fine.
bit more
That's
civil, and perhaps Mr. Jim will get a better
And
representation.
Mr. Yeah, so I was
So
gonna
now
say,
we want to take shots at me because
Mr. Jim needs to
because-
leave this guy.
I thought that the,
This is a mediation. This is not a court trial.
actually, I thought that you, as the mediator, were going to be neutral. And what I'm saying is these vociferous attacks on my attorney that are
I'm neutral
just.
to the
in-
parties, but
This is
I have to put
dubious and incredulous, and this will not stand.
It sure
We're gonna
won't
have to
stand.
end this session, Mr. Jim. We're gonna have to reschedule you for another time, and also whatever's convenient for you guys. If
And
you
I
wanna
will be there.
continue.
And I will be there.
And if
I will
this
be
is
there.
not gonna work in mediation,
I am
we're gonna have to
flabbergasted
go ahead
and
I'm
appalled
gonna have to
at this.
decide
This
before
is
you all to go to
ridiculous.
court because I don't
I
see
just-
where mediation is gonna resolve
This-
one session.
Oh my goodness!
I mean, if you
You have
continue,
not seen the last of me. You have not seen the last
I
of
hope
me.
so.